Part A. Situation. You are Peter Chung. You have signed up to be a volunteer at Linking Hearts, an organization that helps troubled children. Each child gets paired with a teenager who they can talk to about their problems. You will have a total of 3 tasks to do. Follow the instructions in the question-answer book and on the recording to complete the tasks. You will find all the information you need in the question-answer book and on the recording. You now have 2 minutes to familiarize yourself with tasks 1 to 3. Task 1. You are talking to the director of Linking Hearts about the child you are going to work with. Listen to your conversation and complete the form below. 2 have been done for you as examples. You now have 30 seconds to study the task. At the end of the task, you will have 1 minute to tidy up your answers. Hello?
Hello, may I speak to Peter Chung, please?
Speaking.
Oh, hi, Peter. This is Olivia Chu from Linking Hearts. I got your message that you'd like to volunteer with us. We've paired you with a child and emailed you a form. Did you receive it?
Let me check. Ah, yes, here it is.
Great. Maybe we can fill it out over the phone together?
Sure. I'll just start by writing in my name, Peter Chung, and my age, which is 15. So, who is the child that would pair up with me?
His name is Timothy Chan.
Timothy Chan. Is that Timothy?
Yes.
And how old is he?
Let's see. He's 9 years old. Oh, hold on. Actually, his birthday was last week. That means he's a year older now.
Got it. I'll just write that down.
Can you tell me about your interests?
Well, one of my interests is mountain climbing.
Oh, well, I don't think you can climb mountains with Timothy. That's a bit too dangerous for a child.
I'm also interested in reading. I love to read books about nature.
Reading books about nature? That's very close to one of Timothy's interests. He told me that he really likes animals.
Does he have any other interests besides animals?
Yes, he's also interested in superpowers.
When I was his age, I wanted to have superpowers so that I could fly or turn invisible.
I suppose a lot of kids have those dreams.
That's true. Why is he involved with this program?
Timothy's mother is addicted to alcohol. As you can imagine, that's having a big effect on him.
I'm sorry to hear that his mother is addicted to alcohol.
And to make it worse, Timothy is being bullied by peers.
If he is being bullied by peers, his time at school must be difficult. I really hope I can help.
How do you plan to help Timothy?
First of all, I plan to help by spending time with him.
Good. That's the most important thing.
And I'll talk to him about his problems.
Actually, I'd recommend listening to his problems instead. Listening is sometimes better than talking.
Okay. So I'll help by spending time with him and by listening to his problems.
Do you have any ideas for what to do with Timothy?
Well, if Timothy and I both like nature and animals, we could go hiking together.
Hiking is a great idea.
Maybe I can read books with Timothy too.
Why not? You may read one of your favourite books with him. Thanks again for volunteering, Peter. I'll contact you soon about your first meeting. Bye for now.
Bye. This is the end of Task 1. You now have 1 minute to tidy up your answers. Task 2. You are now planning your first meeting with Timothy. Mary, a counsellor at Linking Hearts, is helping you to plan your schedule. Listen to your conversation and complete the schedule below. One has been done for you as an example. You now have 30 seconds to study the task. At the end of the task, you will have 1 minute to tidy up your answers.
Hello, Peter. I hear you need help.
Yes, Mary. I'm very excited about spending Saturday with Timothy, but I need some help planning the schedule for our first meeting.
Well, the first activity should be introductions. That's INTRODUCTIONS. You should spend some time to get to know each other.
Yes, I've written down meeting at his flat at 9:30 a.m. to do that.
Actually, Peter, we prefer our volunteers to come to the Linking Hearts Centre to meet the child.
OK, that makes sense. I'll cross out at the child's flat and write Linking Hearts Centre instead. I still need some ideas for what we can do together, though.
There's a library down the street from the centre. Why don't you go to the library first? There's a book about the giant panda which Timothy really wants to read. He needs help with some of the words.
I like the library. I'll write down that we're reading the book at 10 a.m.
10 o'clock sounds great.
Oh, I have an idea for what we could do next. We could take a ferry to Llama Island. It's inexpensive and the ride doesn't take long.
I think that's a wonderful idea. Timothy likes riding on ferries.
Let me write that down. Take a ferry to Llama Island. I suppose the location for that should be the Central Ferry Pier.
Right, you should go to the Central Ferry Pier.
I'll put the time as 11:15 a.m.
That should be fine. What will you do when you get to Llama Island?
Well, we should do something that we both enjoy.
Maybe you two can go for a hike. Llama Island has some beautiful views and interesting insects.
Of course.
For the location, you should write Llama Island Trails.
Sorry, how do you spell trails?
Trails. Trails.
Thanks. For the time, I'll write 12 noon. That will give us time to get from the ferry to the trails.
After the hike, you should come back to the centre at 3:30 p.m. Timothy's father is coming to pick him up.
I'll make sure he's back by 3:30. Thank you for your help with the schedule. It's been very helpful. This is the end of Task 2. You now have 1 minute to tidy up your answers. Task 3. You are helping Timothy to write a journal entry about his family. Listen to your conversation and complete the journal entry below. You now have 30 seconds to study the task. At the end of the task, you will have 2 minutes to complete your answers to Task 3 and to tidy up all your other answers. Hello, Timothy. How are you today?
I'm good, Peter. I want to write a journal entry about my family. Can you help me with any difficult words?
Of course I can.
Cool, thanks. Well, I wish I had a normal family. My mum only cares about drinking, and my dad works all the time.
So your father has long working hours. You must feel very lonely.
Yeah, I often feel very lonely. Then when he's home, they argue a lot.
What do they argue about?
Well, they argue about my mum's addiction. My dad wants her to get help, but she says she isn't ready.
So, how does it make you feel when your parents argue?
It makes me feel like a tiny ant. I feel very small, like they don't see me, and I'm worried that they won't be together anymore.
Like they'll get a divorce?
Yeah. I'd be so sad if my parents got a divorce. I also worry that a social worker will come to our house.
Social workers are nice people.
I know, but I'm afraid that they'll take me away from my parents if they see them fighting.
Oh, I see. I promise you that I'll be here for you, no matter what.
You're my best friend, Peter.
You're my best friend too, Timothy.
I want to write about how caring you are. You listen to my problems when I have no one else to talk to.
So, what do you want to be different in the future?
I want my mum to get better. She should go to a centre.
A rehabilitation centre?
Yeah, I almost forgot the word. It's REHABILITATION. Am I right?
Yes.
Great. I want my mum to go to a rehabilitation centre so that she can get support and recover. It's going to be very hard, though. Sometimes I wish I were a wizard.
A wizard?
Yes. If I had magic powers, I'd use them to help my mum and make my family happy again.
Timothy, when things are hard, it's important to remember that your mum and dad love you very much.
I know. I'll try to remember they love me very much.
This is a very good journal entry. Thanks for sharing your feelings with me.
Thanks for listening to me, Peter.
This is the end of Task 3. You now have 2 minutes to complete your answers to Task 3 and to tidy up all your other answers. Part B, Situation. You are Daisy Lee, an intern at a book publisher called Dragon Press. You are helping the senior editor, Emily Brown, to plan the release of a new novel. You will listen to a recording of a meeting between you, Emily, and the marketing director discussing details of the release. Before the recording is played, You will have 5 minutes to study the question answer book and the data file. Complete the tasks by following the instructions in the question answer book and on the recording. You will find all the information you need in the question answer book, the data file, and on the recording. As you listen, you can make notes on page 64 of the data file. You now have 5 minutes to familiarize yourself with the Part B question answer book and the data file. The recording is about to begin. Turn to page 64 of the data file.
Hi, Daisy. Come in and take a seat. Thank you, Emily. This is our marketing director, Fred Johnson.
Hello, Daisy. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. So I understand that we're discussing the marketing plan for The Creature in Central.
Yes, we are. I love doing the marketing for Tabby Chan's books. They're fascinating to read, and they sell a lot of copies.
Sorry, the author is?
Tabby Chan. Tabby. Tabby.
She's an excellent author who writes great stories. Actually, we're entering this book in 2 categories for the Hong Kong Book Awards. It's a novel for young adults, so we'll enter the categories novel and young adult. We're hoping that she wins an award.
I'm glad to hear that. Winning an award is a great way to advertise a book.
I have an idea. I can create a flowchart for the marketing plan. That's a good idea. The novel will be released on the 1st of May. Daisy, write the 1st of May at the top of the flowchart, please, after the title of the book. Got it.
Under the first box, you should write, "Does the book win a Hong Kong Book Award?" From there, the flowchart splits into 2 branches.
Does the book win a Hong Kong Book Award? The 2 options for that must be yes and no. I can't think of any other possibilities.
Precisely. Now, if it does win an award, I think we should place an article in newspapers.
Absolutely. If she wins, we want people to know the news. What if the book doesn't win a Hong Kong Book Award? In that case, we should ask the question, how are the reviews?
Exactly. Daisy, will you add the question, how are the reviews, under the no box?
Sure, I'll add that in. So the reviews might be positive or negative. What will we do if the book gets positive reviews? In that case, I think the author should meet her fans and sign books in bookshops. So that's one idea. The author signs books in bookshops. Fred, do you have any other ideas?
Yes. If the book gets positive reviews, I think we should conduct a magazine interview with the author.
For the flowchart, in what order should I put those 2 events?
We should publish the interview first. That way, Tabby can advertise the book signing during the interview and more people will come.
Oh, that's a good point. So if the book gets positive reviews, we'll first conduct a magazine interview and then ask Tabby to sign books in bookshops. Great, I've got it.
Now, Emily, could you tell me a little bit more about the book? I'd love to hear what Tabby Chan has written about this time.
Absolutely. The book falls into 2 genres, mystery and horror.
That sounds exciting. Readers will be curious and scared at the same time.
Exactly. Actually, Daisy, you read it recently. Why don't you tell Fred a bit about the main character? All right. I loved the book. It was so exciting. The main character has a very strong personality. His name is Justin Wong. He's a teenager who lives with his parents in Hong Kong.
You said that the teenager has a strong personality. What exactly is he like?
Well, Justin Wong is both artistic and stubborn. I enjoyed his character very much.
I'm glad it's set in Hong Kong. People like to read about the place where they live. What else can you tell me about the main character?
Well, something happens while his parents are away on holiday. Should I go on?
I think that's enough for now. I'm going to read the book at the weekend. It's important that I know about the plot.
It's quite long, but you'll really enjoy it.
Oh, how long is it?
It's 392 pages.
I think 392 pages will be fine, as long as the plot is scary and entertaining.
It definitely is. I couldn't put the book down.
I look forward to reading it. Thanks for the meeting, you two. This is the end of the listening component of this test.